Hey Aquarius, and welcome to your August 2018 general tarot forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. And a pretty progressive, intense month for you, Aquarius. You are really examining all of the strongly placed aspects in your life and determining whether or not you want to keep them the way that they are. You are seeing so much of yourself and so much of other people. I feel like this month is really wonderful for you if you're the type of Aquarius who wants to progress, if you're the type of Aquarius who wants to really optimize your experience and create a very well-functioning lifestyle. I do feel this month can be a little bit difficult if you're the type of Aquarius who wants to stay still or wants to just have I keep hearing stillness and whether or not the reality is feeling very good, you just want safety and predictability and more easiness this month. I don't necessarily think that this is the stillest, easiest month for you all, although you are really strengthening bonds with people that you hold dear. You're really perhaps testing relationships and seeing who's there for you and who isn't. And it feels like the relationships which are strong and which are formidable in your life do grow and do become much stronger. So for those of you in positive relationships, you may kind of test the strength of that and come out on the other side seeing how much of a blessing the person that you have is. For those of you who are with people though who have not been good to you or who have not actually been right for you, but you've needed them for like the sake of having someone, those types of relationships can very easily be tested this month, and it can struggle for those to survive for sure. So this is a month of testing all the bonds in your life, also like the bond to your career, the bond to your family. All of that is going to show itself in some way or another, and ultimately you come out of it with a much stronger sense of clarity in your life, because I feel like Aquarius is not a sign that needs to have a lot of illusions or a lot of false sense of stability. Aquarius tends to not be happy with that in the long run. So one way or another, even if relationships don't feel very sturdy this month, you are going to know what is a good relationship and what needs to come to a close. This month will show you that very clearly. Also, other things that you're attached to in your life, like I feel like your bond to your lifestyle, your bond to your diet, your health, all of those things are being examined, and you have a very strong ability to cut anything that is not actually serving you, or to cut any bonds which have become unhealthy. You do have Ace of Swords reversed, so you might sort of be biding your time, or it might be hard for you to come to the conclusion like whether or not you need to actually let go of this. You also have Ace of Cups reversed, and Ace of Pentacles upright. So 3 aces in your readings. In your reading, there 2 of them are reversed, which can say that there are a lot of new beginnings, and you're kind of choosy. You're kind of picky at which beginning you want to go through with. And I feel that there are about 3 paths in front of you right now, and you are kind of choosing. It does feel like Aquarius is sort of standing at a fork in the road with 3 very distinct possibilities. So definitely be real with yourself in what those possibilities are and what they can offer. I think the career possibility is really good. So whatever is helping you to become more sustainable, whatever is helping your value, your tangible value in life, is really good to go this month. However, the things that relate to relationships, love, and also your mental health as well, really new sudden shifts there might need to be calculated more, or might need to have second thoughts put into them, because there is definitely a sign that you don't need to push too hard in those sectors of your life right now. You have the Devil reversed in your reading this month as well, so you are seeing through false attachments, false connections with other people, and you're seeing what you're actually attached to. You might see that you're not actually attached to this person, but you're attached to what they offer you. You might see that you don't actually care about how much money you make from this job. You're just interested in the purpose of the career. So definitely don't fool yourself there, and see what you're actually after, see what you're actually looking for. And I feel that this will help you to sort of step into the chariot mode and, make some real progress here and now. To go ahead and get into the week to week, though, you have Ace of Pentacles rooted down by King of Wands in the first week of August. So career purpose is definitely coming forward. What can you creatively maneuver in your life? How can you make your job more creativity focused is really lucky. So for those of you who are entrepreneurs, what have you been attracted to? What have you been magnifying into your life? And is this really making you feel a sense of creative purpose? It should. It should by now. And really make sure that you're not tricking yourself there. Aquarius is usually a major follow through sign. So you start something and you want to finish it. You're a fixed sign. And sometimes during that difficult path and that hard work that you have to put in, you can forget the initial purpose that you had with your with your ambition that was there. So make sure you're remembering that, and you're not like disliking what you're doing just because you're having to work for it longer than you expected, or it's not coming through as quickly as you expected. The monetary gain is coming from your creativity. And for those of you who don't feel that your job does access your creative ability, I would try to push forward on that this month. I would try to see if you can't think about how you can involve more creativity in your job and potentially become, a creative business owner, or move forward on the book or the art project or whatever it is that you've been working on, because that King of Wands energy is so adamant on thriving through creative gains. So second week Aquarius, Ace of Swords reversed, rooted down by Five of Wands. Try to not seek too much confrontation this month. You might find that it's harder to find your words. You might find that you know how you feel, you know what needs to be done, but when like the confrontation actually happens, there could be like a blankness, or you could blank out, or walking into the room and not remembering why you're there. I've sensed a lot of that type of thing for Aquarius this month. So as I'm tapping into your energy, I am stuttering quite a bit. I am finding it difficult to articulate. So I feel that Aquarius is there too. Like you know what it is, you see what the energy and the moral of the story is, but then when it comes to confront it and it comes to articulating it, there could be a bit of a pause or a blankness. And I feel that this will be fine. September or October, you will definitely be able to communicate these things much easier. Why you might be having this right now, you could be asking a bit too much of yourself. Your brain could be just a little bit like, tired of operating in the way that it is. And I feel that through this, through doing all this formulaic brain work that you're doing, it does become stronger. It does become more adequate for this type of thing. But you could benefit very much, I think, in the second week from resting your mind, from resting your formulas, your inner formulas. Aquarius has kind of been in a place lately where you've got to see the end game of everything. You see every action that you do and you turn it into an equation, and you see where it gets you here, and X variable thing changes it in this way. And I feel like that has worn you out just a little bit. So if you're feeling very tired, or if you're feeling very groggy or draggy, I think that your mind might just be a little bit taxed right now. So relax. Some meditation would be great. I will put in the description box below. I have some good meditations. Also, anything that keeps you from having any emotional like turmoil that has to be sifted through like constantly all day, every day. Seek out those types of situations. What can distract you? Exercise is always good with Five of Wands. It can say that you are a little bit like physically pent up. So maybe sweating, exercising, time at the sauna, anything that releases your energy in a physical way will be very healing for you during that time as well, especially if you don't have to think that hard about it. If exercising makes you start going into like, oh my gosh, how many calories am I going to burn? How many pounds am I going to lose? Like, I wouldn't recommend it. Something that distracts you, that you enjoy, and that helps you to release pent-up energy. So week number 3, the Devil reversed, rooted down by Ace of Cups reversed. That is very emotionally, that's like emotional turmoil to me right there for sure. So you guys are dealing with something that could be like a breakup energy, that could be a falling out of love type of energy, or even you experiencing the tail end of that, or someone maybe even falling out of love with you. Don't let me scare you. If it's not already sort of been foreshadowed, don't worry about it. But I would try to not be too attached to anything during that time. And I would also recommend that you pay attention to how you're reacting to emotional things. And again, this could be getting a bit too formulaic. You shouldn't have to really think that hard about it, or it shouldn't be this really complex thing. But do take note of how you react to certain stimulus. So something really traumatic happens. Is that sort of a dull note to you? And then something really small happens, and that causes a very huge emotional reaction. Definitely think about calibrating the emotional reactions for sure, and paying attention to what sets you off, and learning about yourself in that way. I do feel that Aquarius learns a lot about themselves through seeing in that third week what the reactions are like. And also seeing like what is actually causing it, what is actually causing you to feel the way that you do. Because with the devil, oftentimes we're like chained to something, we're attached to something, but there's not really a strong consciousness of what it actually is. We just know that that attachment is there. There could also be a tendency to have like nuclear meltdowns or explosions to come up emotionally. Ace of Cups reversed can be like a lot of crying, or just feeling very drained from even smaller emotional things. So just really pay attention to what's grinding your gears, and see if you can't talk to somebody about that. Like, I feel even like therapy could be good. Psychic readings could be good. I don't know if I'll be available. I'm doing a few less readings, but you guys can always like check my description box to see if they're available. But I do feel that Aquarius really benefits from talking about it and seeing more clearly why they're feeling the way that they are. Week number 4, 5 of Pentacles reversed, rooted down by 10 of Cups. Yeah, you're fixing it, you're healing it. That feels healing to me. It's quite polarized energy though. Like 10 of Cups, I love to see that for you guys. Like, you're healing the wounds. You might be doing like marriage counseling or coming closer to your partner despite some more difficult experiences. Watch out for forming bonds with people based on not having enough. So you're making friendships or even like romantic relationships with people like based off of commonality of being like out of money, or being abused in some way, or developing some type of trauma spectrum. This can be good sometimes, obviously, like maybe if you're struggling with addiction, it's good to consider AA, or good to consider some type of group situation of other people who have gone through this type of thing. But watch out for that, like developing in unspecified ways. So it's one thing to like specifically choose to go to a group scenario where you're discussing traumas, but watch out for, friendships like, oh, we get together for coffee once a week, or we get together for lunch once a week, and we are doing this because we enjoy this, turning into some type of like group trauma mentality. I do sense that people are coming closer and bonding over their difficult experiences, which is never really a bad thing, but it's only really bad like if that's not what's meant to happen, or if you don't realize that that's happening. Do realize that people might be wanting to get close to you just to have you counsel them, or to have you hold them during their difficult times. This isn't something that Aquarius really likes that much. You can go through phases with that, but that's kind of, what do I want to say? It's very burdensome to Aquarius after a while. So just be aware of that. Be aware that people might want to be around you because they feel much better when they're around you, and they may not realize that they're just kind of expecting you to transmute all of their problems for them. And just keep close the people that you know are real in your life, and see relationships for what they are. Don't feel like you have to hide anything from yourself. You're like, okay, this person might be a bit of an emotional vampire, or this person might be only wanting to be around me for what they get out of it, not what I can get out of it. Try to not cover that up, or try to not fool yourself about that type of thing. Because the Chariot is your central theme for the month. Scorpio also had this, so you guys might want to check out that reading as well, especially if you have any Scorpio in your chart. Scorpio and Aquarius are both kind of making a lot of progress this month. You're both kind of called to, move on with things, progress with things. If the health has been difficult, like progress is happening, the right medicines or the right healing apparatus is showing itself. If you have needed to leave somewhere or needed to move somewhere, that opportunity will arise. So just remember that in order for that to happen, sometimes a lot of chapters have to close and a lot of things have to change pretty quickly. And don't be afraid to let go. You're one of the best signs at detaching and letting go. It's totally an Aquarius thing. So just remember your nature and remember what natural abilities you do have, and don't be afraid of implementing that when it comes time. Anyway, Aquarius, much love. I was very happy to be here and reading for you for the month of August. If you guys haven't had the opportunity to subscribe to my channel yet, I would so appreciate that. Your likes and comments mean the world to me, and you can check the description box below. I'm on Instagram and Twitter, and you can reach out to me there if you would like to book a reading or connect in some way. And center of the screen is my Patreon page if you want to get these readings early and ad-free. Anyway, I will be speaking to you guys soon. Much love and good luck with this progress. Bye.